Club has a book that's being called a masterpiece and one of the top thrillers of the summer. It's The Amateur. It opens with a female golf prodigy who hits a deadly shot on a course in Westchester County, and that sets off a twisty story with unexpected consequences. Author Chris Bohjalian is here now to talk about this book. I found it absolutely impossible to put this down.
Thank you, Mary. I found it impossible to put down when I was writing it. I wrote it in an alchemic frenzy of 90 days in the summer of 2024.
It's pulse pounding, and you're telling me in 90 days you wrote this?
This was my secret novel. I didn't tell my lovely bride what I was writing. I didn't tell my brilliant editor, Jenny Jackson, what I was writing. I didn't tell my agents because the premise struck me as so wild that the elevator pitch would have been a non-starter. 18-year-old girl kills a classmate and caddy with a golf ball.
How did you decide on the golf ball being that killing device?
I used to be a caddy. I was a caddy for 3 summers, and it was the best summer job in the world. Yeah. I was so cash rich, richer than I ever expected to be as a teenager. I was buffed. I was tan.
So wait, you're Kenny Foster?
I am Kenny Foster, and I am Mira Winston. This book is awash in autobiographic minutia.
2 very strong characters, Kenny Foster being the caddy and Mira Winston being the golf prodigy. All right, so I need to know, how are you like Mira?
Mira Winston is a novelist now just on the far side of 60 who is telling a memoir. She is recalling the summer of 1978 when she thought the LPGA was in her sights until she accidentally killed Kenny Foster. And actually, the New York Times summarized it so beautifully. They said it's a portrait of a girl going off the rails. It's a morality tale, and it's a courtroom drama. Kenny Foster is like me, and he's that kid who moved around a lot and suddenly goes from Miami, Florida to Bronxville, New York, and doesn't understand in 1978 why no one wants to see his polyester leisure suits or his silk huckapoo shirts, and is the ultimate fish out of water. And I thought this was going to be a book about the class divide in America. But then when I realized it was Mira's story and the guilt and magical thinking she lives with, the book immediately did this 180-degree turn.
Such a different time when you talk about today and when you talk about the 1970s. It's really a very particular decade. Tell me why you decided on that.
First of all, I wanted to examine the diminishment of women and the diminishment of girls. Mira Winston is a ferocious athlete. She's a great athlete. And the reason why I chose golf isn't just that I was a caddy. It is that a sport that she would play regularly against men, and she would beat them. She would beat all the men at the club. She was great. But because she is great, all of these middle-aged men see 2 things. First of all, they see an athlete who should be diminished. If she behaved the way she behaved as a male, she'd be applauded. But as a girl, no. Secondly, and Mira says this in the novel, I won the birth lottery. I was born wealthy, beautiful, smart, and talented. So I was never going to be invisible to a certain kind of man. And that's where we get to some of the darkest stuff in the book.
Very, very challenging to write, I'm sure, for you as well.
It was. I'm a dad of a daughter.
Yeah.
I'm married to a woman who came of age in that era.
It seems like it's just a thrill for you to write these thrillers. I mean, am I understanding it correctly? I mean,
you're understanding it perfectly. Other than hanging around with my wife or daughter or my dog, there is nothing in the world I love more than writing.
We have a free excerpt from The Amateur for you, and you can get the book at clubcalvi.com.